you sure you never wore that T-shirt before?
Never worn it
Are
before.
you sure? Do you have backup for that?
I think you'll see that I do.
What? All right. I don't know, man.
This is a super special episode.
It's super special. We did. Oh my gosh! Last night we did the dry run, and literally, man, I threw every possible scenario at you as to
Did.
what I thought could possibly happen with so many people on the call, and you had answers for everything. And so, yeah,
Yeah, I think it's very good we did the
yeah,
rehearsal dry run, like you said, because we learned some stuff.
we did. Yeah, we
I
did.
want to tell you too. I didn't realize it, but we recorded that.
I knew you recorded it. I remember, like when you did that, I'm like, "Why'd you do it?" But I never. I don't know. I was so like,
Well, I went back and looked today, and I took down some notes from what we said. So I've already used the recording, but there's some funny stuff in there. We
let's
might.
not release that recording because I think I might have. I know I did. But yeah,
Some
that was
good clips. We'll get some clips out of
all
it.
right. Some clips. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not everything. So, all right. Well, here we go, man. I listen. Trivia question for you:
Yeah.
what is the number of the most people we ever had on one episode? And I,
One episode.
yeah,
I
because
think I know the answer.
okay. Well, I think everyone will shortly because I think
I think we used it in a highlight film. Yes.
it's about yeah, that's the one.
That is the one. Yeah, that's I'm so glad Beth's gonna make it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I
She's
misread
gonna
the email, or I assume she was saying. So yes, there was a family health issue she was dealing with, and I and she said, "Oh, of course it happens on the night that we're doing that." So I assumed that meant she couldn't be on the call, and then she's like, "Oh no, I'll still be on the call." I'm like, "Yes, all right."
No, I read it the other way. I read that it had happened, but it's cleared up enough that she could join, thankfully, because
Yes.
I think it's important she'll be here. It's it's gonna be awesome. So give me your thoughts. Like, what are your expectations for tonight?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
On the bottom end of the spectrum, I remember when our Anna got married, or first daughter got married, and a good friend of mine who I used to work with told me, he's like, "Look, enjoy it. You know, you plan this. You have all these people there. They're your guests.
Yeah.
Um, any little things go wrong, you're likely the only ones to know about it." Which tonight would be you and
Yeah.
me. Okay.
Mhm.
On the flip side, and I know we have some baseball fans, Ed Shoot coming on, and some others. I remember when I became a baseball fan in a hurry, and I was primed for it. I played little league and Speculator, Lake Pleasant, and then my uncle Johnny Johansson took me, and Pop took me to a Yankee game a couple times, and when I was like 10, 11 years old, and I was hooked. And Billy Mazzano was my good friend, and
Yeah.
his father was my baseball coach. And I remember
First,
whoa,
first cameo.
oh no, all right, already mischievous here.
Sorry.
Don't worry, she's got her own device in corner. She's
If
gonna be taking
if
the
I'm
quiz in,
done
right?
cleaning, if I'm done
If
cleaning.
she's done cleaning, she
I
might
just
join
got
us
home from work.
because you could see
Mm.
all of. Yeah. uh, but I remember I didn't even know the concept of it, but I remember watching my first Major League Baseball All Star game,
Okay.
and all of a sudden I was watching at Billy Mazzano's house. We were going to stay up all night and have popcorn and pizza, whatever. And I'm like, oh my goodness, there's George Brett with
Oh,
Greg Nettles and Thurman Munson and Rod Carew and Reggie Jackson. All these guys are coming together like an all-star game. The whole concept of it was,
oh,
and we're about to have that
is
tonight.
it?
There's still so much untapped, but in terms of these first two seasons that we've done, these are the folks. And just as I was pulling in here, Phyllis Bird called me. Um, on FaceTime, which was impressive. I was just pulling onto the street, and she's like, "How do we do this?" Because she had Douglas Miller help her get on the first time, and I'm like, "Just call me. I'll have a replacement. We'll make sure you get in." So yeah. How about you? What do you? I mean, you listen, man. You again with the walkthrough we had last night, um, above and beyond. What folks have been telling me their experiences coming on and watching. What you have planned tonight is taking it to another level. It's going to be so much fun, and I know people are only going to have limited time, and there are rules in place for them to engage. But the way you put the email out, it's going to work great.
Yeah, I will be very happy when this is done if there are no technical issues.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I told Lori I was a little bit anxious about that. Oh well, it's going to be what it's going to be. I think yes, it'll be fun to play some games and if the presentations go well, the external website. But the main point is getting to see everybody together.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah, there's some folks that like Jay is in Hawaii on vacation. He's going to try to pop in, so we'll get him in when we can. On the flip side, Earl and Nate both have engagements. They're going to come in at like 9:15 or so, and
yeah.
when they come in, we'll get them in. But in the meantime, everyone else, it looks like we're ready to bring them on. So
Yeah, people are starting to join.
are they?
Yeah, they got.
Are our interns taking care of them with like what green tea or whatever you had for them?
They're in the green room. They're in the green room.
Yeah.
All the refreshments you can find at your own house.
Little sandwiches that you keep folding up and until
Yeah. So yeah, more people joining. So I'm excited. This is gonna be fun. Like I said, if it works technically, fantastic. But even so, I love the fact that people want to join and
oh, me too.
want to be part of it. It's
And I think what's very different about how it is where at least
oh, our first guest joined.
hey, this just got real. Lori,
See you.
how you doing?
Great to
Great.
see you.
Don,
Wow.
my monitor looks so much better now,
It
doesn't it?
does. It's like colorful and rosy.
Is Amy joining?
She
She is. Yeah,
She popped
Amy's.
in just a second ago.
Oh, good. I want to say hi to her.
Yeah, you will say hi to her. She's gonna. She has her own device actually.
Here's something I didn't think about, Don.
Yeah.
How am I going to mute Lori?
I'll
Oh, listen, you'll have to consult a counselor for that, which I don't think we need.
I'm going to be talking and making noise the whole time. Don't worry.
All right.
You,
This is awesome.
you,
You do that.
oh,
What did
it's
she
too
do?
funny.
So does Lori know
Turn on the fan, please.
of the folks that? She's quality control too.
No. Yep.
Should I shut the door?
Yes, please. No
You know when
animals.
plastic show up?
I don't.
Yeah.
Is Eden okay? Eden's came in.
Eden's fine. Our dog joined us. We're fine. So
Off the top of your head, Lori, do you know who do you know that is expecting to join here? A few, right? I don't know what Tom told
Her
you.
sister, I think.
no, I don't
Tracy.
think she's going to be on.
We're going to feature her very early on season 3. We're building up to Tracy, but you will see her in about a month.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
He told me some different people.
Yeah.
Is Bellin gonna be on this?
Yeah.
Oh,
John
yeah.
Bellin,
Yeah.
I'm Bellin.
Jackie Lutz,
Jackie.
How about
is
that?
Tim Sandoval.
Him.
No.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I'm
could
excited just
cheat
to
and
see
show you.
whoever.
Such a sweet. You got to queue up some Van Halen, Tom.
That'd be
What
amazing.
song would it be?
Miller, Bruce, Punk. I think.
Oh,
Punk,
is Bob?
Punk is going to be here.
Bob's
Are these all the people that
from
you're
your
seeing?
Did you hear from your
Oh,
uncle?
fuzzy on my.
I think he's going to come through. I have not heard back.
It's 8:00.
Okay.
I'm going to let people in,
And then what are we going to do?
we're going to give it a couple minutes to let people join. So we probably won't really start presenting till maybe 5 minutes after. And if we see people if we see that people haven't joined that we were expecting, we'll maybe text them and see what they're doing. All right.
So I love your idea we talked about last night. So when people come in, a big difference between when they were on the first time and now is
Yeah.
that they will be muted, like right by default, but that chat feature is really cool. Like they can just to
I'm gonna
engage
get them in.
anytime, anywhere, or they could hit the chat feature and talk to. It goes to everyone, right?
It does.
So they should
You
take
can send
advantage.
private, but yes, it'll go to everyone. All right. I'm
I'm
pushing
gonna let
the
you
button.
take it from there. Yeah.
There's like 10 people that are gonna pop in right now.
Oh man, you mind blowing. Wow.
Whoa.
Already.
All right. It looks like everybody was muted on the way in,
Caligwire,
which we expected. And I
Miller,
you guys read the email that I sent, but
John is John Belland, probably. I can't even see everybody. Yeah, this is like I only get a few.
people are getting their. Well, I've got everybody on my screen. Do you have?
No, well, I see 3 on top, and man, when I get a chance to talk to Jeff Caligwire about the
He's
end
on.
of the book,
He's on.
I see him.
He's on.
I have to. Yeah, there was so much good stuff in there. John Belland. All right.
So, yeah. So far we got Peter Young, we got Ardith Murray Feisley, Jeff
I can't even see
Caligwire,
like, who you're saying. Yeah, I see.
Tim Hawks Pasquini. If you change, probably you can change your room. Ed Shoot, I'm letting in right now. I see Alan Hodge. Did I say Jackie Lutz? And
Yeah, now you did.
I see Don Miller. Thanks for joining, Don. He was questionable. Jimmy Olsen's on. Cliff Thompson, John Belland, Tim Sandoval.
Wow.
Yeah.
Again,
We
all
got him.
star game. Just like the all star game.
Who are we missing? I'm going to go look at our responses
uh,
and see who we might be missing.
already at 8 o'clock. Yeah. Earl is coming on later. Nate's coming on later. Is Jay Briggs on?
I don't see Jay. No.
Okay, he's on a hike with his phone, but
Amy's phone is waiting to get admitted. She's in now.
oh, Amy is.
Yeah, we have like special guests.
All right.
We invited our wives to join us, which makes us look good. So Jimmy, I don't see Punk.
Okay, well, what about the chat feature here? So I want to ask John Belland
Let me
what
turn
our
on
theme
chat.
song would have been like coming in. What's our theme song opening up? He would have to type that in, like what it would be. He's thinking. I could tell.
Okay, I just put a chat
Alan
on
Parsons
everybody.
project or something. Come on.
Why doesn't everybody say hello in the chat to test that out, please?
Yeah. The chat.
Oh, Beth is having technical difficulties. Let me get the link over to Beth. Give me a second over here.
All right. Our interns are Peter Young. Hello from Montana. Heck yeah.
Yeah, there's Amy.
There's a Montana. Doug Dietschy from. Oh, here we go. This is cool. Jeff Caligwire, wasn't he? Didn't you say he was in Colorado the other day? Jimmy from Albany.
He's gonna connect with my friend Jay in Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is very cool to me.
Tim Sandoval, Texas, or oh man, Raymond, the guy that makes guitars for artists.
Well, Ardith is using his account, I think.
Yeah, she did that last time. But okay. Oh, there's chat. Okay, this is great. All right, go crazy on this. So yeah, just
yeah, I sent Beth the. All right, is there anybody else that needs to be admitted yet? No, so we're waiting for Beth to join.
Okay.
I reset
Phyllis Bird is
the link.
looking to trying to. There's Kim, Kentucky. She owns Kentucky.
Yep.
I got a question for her later because I have something cool coming up that I need her help with. And
Right. So the only people I'm thinking I'm missing are Punk and Bruce.
I think Bruce responded to you, right? Punk, he said he's coming in. He got a new job, so I had to send him a new email.
Beth Markel.
Beth, I think, yeah, she should be popping in here soon.
Okay. Jay Briggs will be late.
Earl and Nate will be late.
Earl and Nate will be late. Steve Hill, did you hear from him?
He said he would try.
And David Thompson.
You're like a shepherd, man. You're like a.
David Thompson.
He's also on vacation in, I think, Maine also, but he said he was going to try. So,
Okay.
But I trust like everybody there will be able to know how to pop in when they're ready. So,
Okay.
take it away, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna resend to Beth.
Okay.
The link.
Alan, there you go. Trying to juggle the schedule around. I'll always say that joke. Why? It's just, sorry, Alan. It's like the low hanging fruit for you. All right.
I can't find
Yeah, I think
Beth's email address.
I texted her the other day. She confirmed the time. So, John Bellin, what's
Yes,
our
sir.
theme song? Like, come on, what would it be?
I mean, the first thing that pops into my head is another one bites the dust, but that's probably not.
Well, I
Alan
sent
Parsons Project or something like that.
Wow.
Right?
Okay. I think we're gonna have to get started.
Cliff, nice.
I can't
Jack's looking great. Yeah, let's run with it. Yeah, we'll
okay, Beth will be on soon. She's sending it to our email. So I think we should go ahead and get started, Don.
all right.
First of all, thanks everyone for joining. I've been very excited about this. Obviously, we've spoken to all of you previously on previous episodes, but hopefully got some fun things in store for you guys tonight. And we got two special guests. We got our wives, Amy and Lori, joined us. So without any more, I'm going to share. Don, tell me you're seeing point well taken.
I am, yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm just, but we're recording over here. Okay.
All right.
Let me get the chat. I'm just setting up my screen. All right. Looks like everybody was able to say hello in the call. We're going to go ahead and get started though. So let's go over the agenda for tonight. We're gonna treat this somewhat like a business meeting because that's kind of what I know to do. And so I'm going to do what I hope works. But I do want to, there's a couple disclaimers. We've got some technical things we're going to attempt on this call. It will be helpful if you have a cell phone as well as your computer, because we're going to play some games and do some things that it just would be easier to do from your phone.
What if they're on their phone, taking the call from their phone?
If you're on your phone, it might be a challenge, but I have faith in our premillennial crowd that we have on the call.
Okay.
So we're gonna give it a shot, and if it bombs, it's okay. Like Don and I were talking before you guys all joined, and the point is just it's cool to see everybody and get together. So whether that works out or not. So just going over the agenda, we're gonna show you a short video that kind of highlights the first two seasons, and it's before we show the video, I'll make a disclaimer about that in particular. Don and I have some typical banter that we go through on our calls. So there's a slide or two that we're going to cover in that section. I need this up over here. And then we're going to do a story time with Don, not Tom this time. Story time with Don. Then comes the group participation. This is when hopefully we'll get more fun for you guys. We got a mentee that we're going to build together, and we're going to do a quiz show with competition and a declarative winner. So there will be winners and losers on this call tonight.
Yep, the winner gets a Mr. Sippy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to back that up, but the idea is nice.
The item that may take the longest for this will be the second chance lightning round interviews. So a lot of you have mentioned, hey, I wish I had said this on the interview that we had. This will be your chance. All right. We will give you the chance to say what you didn't get to say before. And so that might take a little while, but we are going to limit it to a minute or two, right?
Yeah. And also, what you may have seen from somebody else's interview that you heard that you didn't know, and then who you nominate to be on a future episode. So
yeah,
those three things basically.
And I will cut you off because I don't want it to go for 20 minutes per person. We'll be here forever. So then we have an announcement about season 3 that we want to tell you, and then we'll just thank everybody for being here, ask you to subscribe and say goodnight. And I did insert I guess we'll do it in the typical banter section. Don, Jimmy Olsen's going to come off mute and talk for a minute as well.
Cool.
All right.
Let it roll.
That's our agenda. All right. For this next section, and Beth isn't on. That's really disappointing.
We'll see it. She'll be on, and she'll definitely watch this. So
yeah, she'll get to see it.
Give her a call.
So a little comment about this video. Did anybody, by the way, watch me drinking water for the first season? I thought that was pretty funny and pretty stupid. John just took a drink of water.
As far as we know.
This video is a little different, but it kind of recaps the first 2 seasons. You'll see your face. Everybody on the call, you're going to see your face in these videos. But we do poke fun at our friend Jimmy Olsen a little bit. So Jimmy, I want to just apologize up front. It's in love, bud, and it was funny to me, and I'll just leave it at that. But
it's not as bad as putting the dead bass in his dresser.
No, it's not. Nothing like that. So I'd encourage you to make sure your volume's turned up, and I hope this works for everybody. We're gonna push play.
Good way to kick off. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys get my pictures?
We are going there.
Oh, good. That's
Right now.
okay. Sorry.
But it'd be really cool if we could have some other people join us to take a look at these pictures. What do you think?
Oh, yes. Awesome.
Start the time, Jimmy Olsen. Jimmy, are you on audio?
Oh, hi. Hey.
Let me stop the share so we can see each other full size here for a minute.
Good to see you guys.
Jim, do we have you on audio yet?
Yeah, I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Oh, Jim. That's a no.
Come on, Jimmy. Hey. Oh, this is awesome.
Little microphone there, maybe at the bottom. You'll find it.
Yeah. Far left at the bottom.
Can you hear us? There we go.
There we go. Okay.
If only Jim knew someone from the sound room that could have helped him.
Well, Jim was trying to say we could hear him in the call here. That's so funny.
You're really messing with us now.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jim.
well done. Very well done.
Oh, too good. All right. Thank you for putting up with us watching that. Hang on. Next page. Okay, every show we kind of review where we've been, where we're going. This is impressive because those people are all on my monitor here, which is really cool. So thank you very much, everyone, for participating in the interviews that you did. I'm proud of what we've put together. It's a lot of good stuff out there, and it's not us. I mean, it's you guys that are interesting people to interview. So
It's funny too, Tom, like as you're showing the list here, and I, 3 columns, I could easily, as I just, even randomly, if I threw a dart at someone's name, I could extract something really valuable that I heard from them, learned from them, and want to build on. So, like I said, it's like an all-star team, and it's still a lot on tap, but it's very cool.
So cool, so cool. All right, Jim, gonna ask you to come off mute.
Okay.
If you
Ambassador Jim.
I'm off mute.
Tell us about this.
Okay. So this is a screenshot that I swiped from Camp's website. And I want to take this opportunity to make a plug for Camp for the benefit of everyone watching here who wants to reconnect with former staff members this summer and next. Because many of you know this is the 125th anniversary year of Gospel Volunteers. And Camp is bringing back some cool events that have been missing for more than 20 years. One of them is the staff versus guest basketball games.
Ooh.
Yep. And there's also going to be a tribute to Christmas in August, where one day every week, an accommodation decorating contest will be held. And if you guys remember way back, that was what was going on during Christmas and August week. And to celebrate Camp's long history, they also built a tent frame replica complete with a canvas roof. Vintage signs will be put up, and vintage postcards will be for sale in the trading post, as well as some retro camp apparel.
Oh yeah.
And lastly, there'll be one night scheduled every week for a former staff get-together. And that may include ice cream at the teepee. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Mr. Steve's or Mr. Sippy's, I don't know. I'm not sure I'm buying in yet.
Yep. Well, now looking ahead to 2026, there's going to be much more emphasis on a staff reunion week. Beth Markell and I have been working on ideas a bit with Jim and Carol Rumsey. And there's one event that we talked about was a banquet for us former staff. And that would be held on the weekend of the reunion week, just to make it easier for a lot of us working folks to attend. And we're kind of thinking this would be planned for week 9 of camp, which is basically the next to last week in August. And that's because camp does not have a week 10 anymore. After week 9, there's like a full week before Labor Day. And that's when camp's conference season begins. But just to whet everyone's appetite and give you a heads up, you can reserve the entire week if you wanted to come and stay at camp, or just do a 2-day stay. Camp has that option. So
Next summer, Jim.
Yes, next summer.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right. Here we're talking 2026. So
All right.
I just wanted to let you guys know, camp is really embracing the past here this summer, with emphasis on the 125th anniversary. But next year, we already have a lot of guys who, some of which are on this call, who are interested in coming up for a reunion. And that would include a lot of us guys from the field house cabins. And yep.
All right.
And,
Bunk.
yep. And
You're on
also
record.
the boat crew. Yeah. So a lot of us boat crew, we want to get up there again and maybe get out on a boat and, see what Lake Pleasant is like these years. So
That's awesome.
Yep. So that's my my plug for camp and what I wanted to relate to everybody, just in case you're wondering what's going on. Now, I think, Tom, you have a contact page for camp. For that, maybe that slide, if you got that, you can put that up.
I don't have
And-
that. Sorry, Jim.
All right, no sweat. But I think everyone probably remembers camp's phone number. If we had to memorize it, 518-548-4311. Yep. And there's also camp's website, campofthewoods.org. So everyone check it out. See what's going on, and you can also look at YouTube videos. Camp has a YouTube page, and it's all good. So I wanted to make sure everyone knew about this. And if you're interested, please reach out to me, Donnie, or Beth on Facebook. We're all on Facebook, and send us a message in Messenger.
All right. Thank you, Jim.
Awesome,
Appreciate
Jim.
that. All right, Don, the next slide. Okay, just a little comment on this. So couple weeks ago, I asked you, how do you not repeat the shirt that you're wearing on the show? And look, I have my Ski Nautique shirt for tonight's super special show. So, and you said, well, I go and I look at the last week's episode and make sure I don't wear that one. And I told you that's not good enough. And then I showed you the following, which is my spreadsheet, which tracks every shirt I wear for every episode. Make sure I don't repeat a shirt. So we then used this to keep, that was the first column. Then I started keeping track of the guests and the guests of the guests that we've had on to get the full list of everybody, which is who we reached out to join tonight. But then we started looking at locations because we got some far-flung people out here. Like, we got Jay Briggs out in Washington. We got Jeff, great background, by the way. I'm a little jealous of wherever you're sitting. Of course, Don Miller's background is he's in a nautique, which is ridiculous. I love it. Here comes Beth. She's joining us.
All right. Actually, Bruce O'Burns asking, I thought we sent him one. I sent it to the wrong address, so I'm sending it to him right now. Hang on. I'm listening. Just gonna, yeah.
Okay.
Bruce will be with us in a minute. Go ahead.
Beth, welcome to the call, Beth. Anyway, I just found it interesting, and I plotted it on a map, and then, of course, as you'd expect, most people are in New York, but close behind is Pennsylvania and Florida. We've got quite a few people down in Florida, but I'm kind of jealous of the Colorado and Peter Young out in Montana as well. So those guys have pretty cool locations. All right.
Very cool.
Let's move on. It is time for story time with Don.
Oh boy.
And we already talked about this, obviously, in the rehearsal call we had. But there's a point to what I'm having you read. So as Don is going to read this little section from his book, it's just a short blurb about Tibbetts. Be thinking about your favorite places at Camp of the Woods, because we're gonna get everybody's feedback. It is a typical question we ask on the call, but we're gonna give you an opportunity to we're gonna pick a winner tonight on location at the camp. So go ahead, Don, if you want to take this.
Okay. Like riding a bike, right? Okay. I will never forget as a 10-year-old my first time walking through the bronze doors of St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City, popping Grandma Johansson from Rivervale, New Jersey, I would add. Also made the iconic church a regular stop during our annual December visit to the Big Apple.
Question. Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt. Question. You called this is your mom's dad?
Right.
You Pop?
That's right. Yep.
What did you call Gordon?
Not Gordon. Just Grandpa and Grandma Purdy. They were very traditional.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Grandpa.
Loving and traditional, but they didn't have nicknames, you know?
Okay. That was funny that I was thinking about that earlier today. I didn't realize that's what you called one of yours. Okay, sorry. Please continue.
Yeah, no, that's good. I didn't go too much into it here, but occupying a full city block, its white marble statues, bells, pipe organs, and tombs were unlike anything Tracy and I had ever seen. But perhaps the most striking aspect was the silence, a reflection of the visitors' respect for the building's sanctity. I gotta see how. Okay, are you gonna go to the next one? Okay. Despite Manhattan's madness just outside the church walls, one could hear a pin drop inside as people knelt in prayer, touched the holy water, and lit candles. In a whispering voice, Pop Johansson would lean down to tell us about famous historical ceremonies and funerals that had been performed there. Aptly named to honor camp's founder George F. Pop Tibbets, the 1,200 seat. And I will say this, Jimmy Olsen, you can back this up, but in the call that we did with the sound room, I know that 1,200 is an approximate. It was their job to count how many seats there were and make sure they were all occupied. All right, back to that'll be in the next book. Indoor amphitheater sits on a hill that overlooks Lake Pleasant in the heart of camp's 100 acres. From every seat in the house, the sight lines are unobstructed, and the acoustics, at least to this amateur ear, are excellent. Besides its main function, Tibbets Auditorium has a warmth and special versatility that sets it apart from other houses of worship.
Okay. Love it.
Jeff Johnson, who will be on, helped me tighten that up a bit. I know Jimmy and Beth know him well, and we'll be talking to him in September.
All right. While you were reading, Beth Dodds Fenton has joined and Earl Johnson has joined.
Oh, Johnson. All right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Let me get Bruce on here. Okay.
All right. We'll get Bruce going and then we'll be in good shape. Okay. So you just heard Don read about Tibbets. Were you thinking about your favorite location? I wanted to show you this. I got this amazing book in the mail from Kim Hawks Pasquini, which shows all sorts of camp locations. Yeah, Don's got a copy as well. I mean,
it's on a prominent place in our back room. Yes.
Yeah, this is on my shelf in my office here, prominently displayed. In fact, I usually try and get it right about there, the podcast. With one glaring exception, which Kim says she's going to fix, but we're missing the any buildings down at the point, I think. So were you thinking about your favorite locations? Let's do this. This will be your first technical challenge of the evening. All right.
We're getting into the group participation. It's going to build from here. Yes.